Right, let's talk about compression. Compressing your PDFs, which generally means compressing your images, because it's the images, not the text, that take up the bulk of the PDF result, the file. So I'm in InDesign now. Normally the workflow is you import everything into InDesign, your images, your Illustrator files, Photoshop files, etc. You type your text in and so on, and then you export. So although I've got no images here, let's assume there are, and we export. And what choices do we have? So file and export. And we're going to do an export for print. So there we go. And I'll call this, I think I've done this a few times now. So let's put this on the desktop. There we go, and save. And go to compression in the top left hand corner. Now, these are the default numbers, and we have them for color, grayscale, and black and white. Text and line art is compressed automatically, so that's fine. Crop image data is useful. So in other words, if it's outside, if the image is outside the box, get rid of it, because there's no point. You're not going to see it. So what do you do? Well, I said this before. Don't change anything, export it first, see how big the resulting PDF is, and if it's too big, come back here and start playing around with the numbers. So for example, I would first of all set everything to do not downsample, export, see how it is, and then go back here. Bicubic is the best, so choose Bicubic, export it, see how it is. And then if you still need to reduce things, so let's say we'll reduce down to say 150 for images above. I see it's done it automatically, that's fine. And make sure the numbers are all the same for all of them, not that it matters too much. And then export again and see how big it is. And it works very, very well. Once you've done this once or twice, you'll be fine, and you can use the same settings for next time. Don't forget, all of these settings can be saved in Save Preset in the bottom right hand corner. You save it, give it a name, and when you click on the drop down, there you go. You see, I've done a couple already. Your preset will be here, so you can call it sort of, compression or whatever it is. As it happens, there's a smallest file size, and there's an archive format here. And so when you deal with a bureau, a printer, they may ask you not to put your own settings in, but choose PDFX 1A or whatever it is. If I choose smallest file size, it will change the settings. It goes to Acrobat 6, go to compression, and you see it's gone everything down 100, 150, 100, etc., etc. Now I'm not actually going to export it. I'll cancel that and quit, because I've already created a PDF on my desktop. This is a combination, which I did in a previous tutorial. I'll do Command I, or you can right mouse click on Properties on Windows. And this is about 15.1 meg on my hard disk, so I'll close that down. And what I can do, I don't want to go through the whole process, check the images, re-import them or whatever it is. I've got the PDF. So what I'll do is I'll find an online website, a free online website. And I found one, PDF 24, and it says choose files or drag and drop here. So it's free. I'll drag it over. And this is not the only website, but do check whether they're free or not. There's plenty of free stuff out there. And I'll click on compress. So remember, it's about 15 meg, and it says it's gone down to 3.69. So I'll download it and hide everything. And there it is. Let's put it on the desktop, replace. Oh, I didn't want that. Okay, well, it's replaced it now, which I shouldn't have done, but it doesn't matter. So we went from 15.1 meg and there's 3.8. So about a quarter, and I've still got the original. So let's drag it over. I should have done keep both. So this is, let's do this as the original. Just put O. And if I open them both up, I'm not opening them in Acrobat. I'm on a Mac. I'm opening them in Preview. So this is the compressed version, and the one behind is the original version. So if I look at it, it looks all right. Let's look at the JPEG at the end. The text looks fine. And let's have a look and see. Let's zoom in, and it looks reasonable. I'm perfectly happy with that. And let's go to the original. Fine. So even though it's been compressed to about a quarter, the images look fine. So do always check what's going on with the result. Check, compare it to the original and see if you're happy. Always keep the original, don't delete it. So let's have a look now with the images themselves before you import them into anything. So let's open up this JPEG into Photoshop. Generally speaking, I'd recommend before you import them into InDesign or anywhere, compress them first or check the file sizes first before you import them, because there are better things to compress them rather than get the PDF export from InDesign or an online system for the PDF. In other words, try and compress the JPEGs and PNGs first. So this image, let's have a look, see how big it is. Command I. There you go, about 13.7 meg. So quite large. So what you do is you go to File, you go to Export, Save for Web. And we'll wait a bit. And a bit longer. There we go. And in the top right hand corner, we can choose, say, JPEG, for example, and let's do 4 up here. I prefer Save for Web because it gives me 2 up and 4 up, which is a comparison, basically. It's a comparison. So I can see the quality and I can see the file size. And let's make this bigger now. So the original here, it's uncompressed, so it's 164, but the JPEG is 20. The other JPEG is 5.29. So on this one, I can zoom in or I can zoom out, Command plus or Command minus. And depending on which one I'm on, so this is highlighted, I can change the setting here. See, that's JPEG quality 100. If I click on this one, this is JPEG quality, and let's set this something to silly to 0, which I would never do. For JPEGs, never go below 60. But we go from the original to 2.5 meg, so 164 to 2.5 meg, which is a hell of a lot. And on this one, I'll click, and instead of JPEG, I'll choose PNG 24. I won't actually save them, but what I want to show you is the original file sizes. So 164 to 20 odd to 2.5, and my computer now is suffering a bit. There we go, to 64. But let's have a look. We'll go to an edge and let's zoom in a lot. Let's see what we get for our money. So automatically now you can see a difference sort of immediately there. You see this is the lowest JPEG and you can see it's pixelated. It's quite bad. The JPEG 100% or 100 quality is good. And the PNG is good as well, although the file size is much bigger than the JPEG. So at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you which you choose. And I'll do a cancel there. Another website to look at is tinypng.com. And this converts images, but a maximum of 5 meg each and 20 at a time. So it works very well. I've used it for years and it's completely free. Just drag and drop, download it, compare before and after and see how it works. So it's worth having a look at the images before you import them into InDesign. If you've got 1 or 2 images, you should be fine. But if you've got like 100 images, you know, like a 200-page document or something, do check. I always check before I import them. Export to PDF, see how big it is, and if I care, go back and change the compression settings, you know, so I've got a few options here. So that's how you compress things as a PDF or as a JPEG or a PNG.